Right, so Thief. James Caan from Elf, 1982, directed by Michael Mann. Now, doesn't that sound interesting? Well, it's not, I'm afraid. Sections of this are very boring. Uh, it's extremely average at best. Nothing of his high caliber, like Heat, or even something decent and still a pretty good movie like Public Enemies. No, it's I don't know what it is. I mean, it started off with promise, and you have this whole thing with James Caan that he's sort of this conflicted man, and that he wants to do well in the world, and he wants to make a woman happy, and he was married to someone before, but it didn't really go his way, and stuff like that. And you think there's a glimmer of hope from that, and obviously there's going to be, robberies and stuff. So you sort of your mind is thinking, oh, that's exciting, right? No, it's just so irritating to me that something that's got so many good things around it is boring and not exciting, and it's just it's the kind of film. And I literally did this at one point. Just went on the internet, saw Google something for a bit because they're breaking into this bank vault for like 5 minutes, and I don't think it took that long to break into a bank vault in The Dark Knight in the opening, if I'm correct. Um, it definitely wasn't 5 minutes. But it just felt like it's exaggerated. And in the first like 8 minutes of this movie, is somebody breaking into a bank vault. But here's the thing: New York City should be an interesting way to make this more exciting and not so boring. But I don't think they really did anything with the city, to be honest. I mean, there's that whole bit at the beginning where he's talking to some like hobo or whatever the hell he is, and that's obviously going on, and there's that. But apart from that, I don't think there was really much else they show. They showed the skyline, but I was thinking, well, where's like the Empire State Building? Where's the, it's like they filmed New York in not really the best way, and they sort of go out the city and stuff like that, and they show like this sort of whatchamacallit, Astoria area, I guess, in Queens and all that, but it doesn't really gel that well. And for me, I just found it annoying. You got this character like James Caan, who you're supposed to feel sympathy for and supposed to feel something for him, but I didn't feel anything in the end. Like, I thought at the beginning, oh, there's promise I should feel something for him. And like, oh, maybe, it'll grow from that, because it seems like there's something there. Um, but no. And by the time that you're supposed to care, then all the violence kicks in, because obviously it's like the most least violent film for at least an hour and 40 minutes. And then the violence kicks in after that. And it's like, oh, where's it been? It's just disappeared out of the film, and now it's here. And it just feels ridiculous. I mean, there wasn't really any swearing in it, unless I wasn't really taking notice because it was kind of bored anyway. But when the violence does kick at the end, it's the worst timing, like ever. It's just, I don't care anymore about these characters. I don't feel anything for James Caan, really. And now he shoots somebody in the kitchen, and that's the best bit because it's quite graphic, the scene where he shoots this like fat guy. Well, sorry, spoiler, but it's boring. And there's nothing exciting going on in this film. Like, if the film turned into something that's not in, shouldn't be in the film, that would have been more entertaining. Like if he bumped into some parade, and then the serious tone isn't there anymore, and they all stop going to the parade. Hey, hey, da 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 da, you know. And he throws his gun to the side or something and starts getting to a dance number. That'd be so much more interesting than having to just go through this average kind of bore fest that it is. And it's not a terrible film, but it's just really disappointing. And it's really awful Blu-ray quality, really awful. It's just so grainy and so awful looking. And just, I don't understand this. Like, Scarface came out 2 years later, and they remastered that recently, and then this is supposed to come out in the last year or so, or this year, whatever. I don't really care, but there you go. How come Scarface looks a lot better and this just looks crap? Like 2 years? Does that really make any difference with the technology we have at the moment? Apparently it does. And it just I don't really have anything more to say. It's just quite boring. Average. It's just not exciting. It's just kind of yeah, yeah. When's it over? That was 6 at best, but some good camera work and some good lighting and a beginning. At the beginning, there was some promise, even though the bank scene went on a little bit at the beginning. It was a bit too long at the beginning too. But oh well, there we are.